Hey there, people of the interwebs. We're going to do a reaction again. I keep getting dropped. I apologize if you've seen the previous attempts of this. We're going to do a reaction to the new film Begonia. I'm really excited about it. So we'll be right back and we're going to take care of that.
Warning. The system has become unstable.
All right, hey, welcome back. Okay, we're going to look at Begonia, the new film. It's being billed more or less as a sci-fi thriller comedy, which I think sounds absolutely fantastic. This is totally within my wheelhouse. I have some personal interest in this beyond the fact that it's just sort of the kind of film that I enjoy. But before we get into any of that, let's just start taking a look at the trailer, shall we? And I want you to go see this film. I'm going to go see this film. And if it lives up to even a fraction of the hype that I gather from this trailer, it's going to be fantastic.
Good morning, Corey.
Michelle.
I believe every company should strive to form a diverse table, to empower people of different skills and every time. What is it?
Skills and identities.
To foster a new generation of. Okay, let's go again.
They want you to think it's you, that it's you who made this world. But it's always been them. All we've lost, all that's been done to us, we're setting that right again.
All right, hey, I want to point out in that crescendo of that part of the trailer, you hear the buzzing of the bees in the background, and then just before she gets tackled, or as she's being tackled in the backyard by her captors, kidnappers, depending on which way this film shakes out, then you get the okay, you get that sort of Borg background special effects music that we're familiar with if we're Trekkies or just anyone that's ever seen a Trek film that's included the Borg or even a TV series episode. You get that sound effect, you get that sort of music background score going on when we have an introduction of the Borg and some sort of particular, just their ominous presence, let alone some sort of action-oriented event that is in relation to them. So, and of course, being tackled in the backyard is sort of an action-oriented event. Okay, so let's continue a little bit more.
Greetings. Welcome to the headquarters of the human resistance.
Where's my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed to prevent you from contacting your ship.
What ship?
Your mothership?
Okay.
Okay, so again, if you're familiar with the Star Trek universe and you're going to be familiar with the Borg Queen, of course. So her pallor there, I don't know what they've doused her with to sort of prevent her from being able to contact her mothership, as well as cutting off her hair. But the overall special effects, the makeup special effect that they've created there, obviously with intentionality, the hair and the makeup, that look, that close-up, it is totally going for a Borg Queen mimicry, and I think it's fantastic. Again, this may be a left field sort of offbeat instantiation of a Star Trek film, which I hope it is personally. But even if it's not, even if this is just a little bait and switch to get Trekkies to the theater or to drum up some talk about it, just like I am now, either way, I'm going to be very satisfied, I think, with this film. But you cannot think Borg Queen when you see this scene if you're all familiar with the Star Trek universe.
In the next 48 hours, the police and the FBI will begin a statewide manhunt. I'm a high-profile female corporate executive. I am crucial. In all humility, I can say that. Think of it like you abducted the governor, but worse. There is no possible scenario where you benefit from this incident.
That was really good. My pulse is racing right now. I've done a ton of research on this. You're killing our planet.
Alien fellas.
I'm not an alien.
You're lying to me.
What's the difference? You know this is crazy. You know this is wrong.
Okay, so there's a lot going on there. We see them in the bee suits. We see the bees. Once again, if you're familiar with Star Trek universe, the Borg Queen, she has a hive mind. It's a bee queen, Borg Queen, hive mind. I paused it here so that we could look at this quasi post-apocalyptic scene. The sky is blue. I mean, there are some clouds, but it's not indicative of a thunderstorm or a tornado. Certainly, there is not a snowstorm going on. We see no hint of fog. It's just a beautiful, bright, clear, sunny day. Could be noon for all we know. And yet, on both sides of the highway, in opposing directions, we see absolute chaos with multiple crashed vehicles. It appears to be a scene that we would see like in a zombie apocalypse film, or of course we're not seeing anything in this shot, but in this frame, but it wouldn't be uncharacteristic of a UFO film for them to get shot with lasers, laser beams, or whatever, photon torpedoes or whatever. No, photon torpedoes would have left some craters. Okay, but the point being, it appears to be something apocalyptic or some atrocities happening there to human society, and the obvious purpose of this is to make us wonder, is she just a hapless victim who's been kidnapped by a couple of deranged conspiracy theorists, or have these guys somehow literally captured themselves an alien invader? And particularly if she is the Borg Queen, then she would obviously the Borg, the beehive. So if you go shake a beehive, which I don't suggest you do, if you do that, you're going to get stung. They will swarm you, and they will do that first and foremost because they are protecting their queen. So I think here we're supposed to wonder, is this an instantiation of the Borg Queen from the Star Trek universe? But let's continue a little bit more.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I know you too, Teddy.
It's fine. It's cool.
Okay, Bugonia. So, all right. We have watched, my wife and I, when we discovered this film a couple of days ago. I really got excited about it. This is the kind of thing that I really enjoy. And so we thought, well, hey, let's check out some reactions to it, because these trailers have been out for a couple of months now, it turns out. And so we didn't see a single one that mentioned Star Trek or the Borg Queen. And we did, however, let me see. There's my sigil. Okay, so we did see people on one side of the argument saying, well, I think she's not an alien. I think these are a couple of wackadoos. They've taken a person hostage, and it's just, it's a representation of their delusion, and it's a sort of cautionary tale. Okay, now we see people on the other side of the argument going, oh no, I hope these guys have somehow, either by accident or just some, however, they've actually stumbled upon capturing themselves a genuine alien. That would be fantastic. Of course, I'm in that camp, and moreover, again, my titillation involved with this is the fact that they are teasing this out for people like me who are fans of the Star Trek universe, the Borg part of that universe, and the Borg Queen. That I'm hoping that this is sort of an offbeat, left field instantiation of that, just like we got with the first Joker film, which gave us a really dark, gritty, nihilistic film version of the Joker in the Batman universe, which is supposed to be dark and gritty and nihilistic anyway, but is usually a sort of cookie cutter and skirts that line between family friendly and dark and gritty and nihilistic. So I'm hoping that this is within that latter character, ladder or forearm, I lost, that it's an offbeat film of Star Trek, because that would be fantastic.